If you think back on some of the shows you watched as a kid, can you remember any of the ones you watched through to the end? From the very first episode pilot to the series finale? Back in the day when cable TV still rocked the world and Netflix was just that one random red disc you saw on your mom's friend's coffee table. It was kind of difficult for us as kids to be able to watch some of our favorite shows with how sporadic and random schedules on cable TV could be. Whether you're catching up on your favorite cartoon sudden lore drop or wondering how Boone and Locke are gonna open a hatch with no handle, no latch, no discernible way of opening it. If you wanted to find out when your favorite show would be on, you would either already have to have knowledge of the weekly schedule, or you'd have to catch one of those coming up commercials where they tell you That's So Raven is going to be playing at 7 p.m. Central, whatever the fuck that means. Because you usually had to watch these commercials to find out if your show had a new episode coming out, it actually became rather difficult to keep up with these story-eccentric shows. Now that I think about it, it's kind of interesting how that taught us about prioritization, you know? You had to figure out how to balance this kind of schedule along with your social and academic life. We were figuring this out before our frontal lobes had even developed. I mean, really think about that for a second. We had to decide between doing our homework, hanging out with our friends, or catching an episode of Pokemon to see if Ash finally becomes the champion. Oh, okay. No, I am calling bullshit on that. That is bullshit. Where did you even get that Pokemon? I knew I should have just hopped on RuneScape, damn it. Personally, I can only think of a few of these plot-eccentric shows that I was able to watch through from start to end as a kid, like Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, Sweet Life on Deck, Zoe 101, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. I watched the end of Life with Derek, but I don't remember if I caught every episode. Y'all remember Robots? But there was that one show that stuck with me throughout my childhood. I watched it front to back, start to finish. I caught reruns and re-releases of it. And yet, until recently, I had never rewatched the show since it ended in 2011. And the most interesting part about this is that you've probably never heard of the show unless you're either A, Australian, or B, Canadian. Can you guess which one I am? Okay, what gave it away? While Americans got to rock out on the Disney Channel with DComs, us Canadians got something called the Family Channel, which apparently just died. You know how people are always spreading around stuff on Facebook saying, "Feel old yet?" The answer is yes, I feel old now. The Family Channel did run a lot of the same content that was on the Disney Channel. We did get a lot of the Disney Channel original movies, and we got shows like That's So Raven, Ned's Declassified, and Good Luck Charlie. But the thing that made the Family Channel special is that we actually got some of our own Canadian eccentric shows, like Life with Derek, The Latest Buzz, and the one that I'm talking to you about today, The Elephant Princess. The Elephant Princess was an Australian teen series drama that ran from 2008 to 2011. Apparently it was made by the same people that made H2O, Just Add Water, another Australian teen series that you probably know more of. To give a simple premise, it's about a teenage girl named Alex Wilson who, on the night of her 16th birthday, finds out that she's the heir to a magical foreign kingdom named Manjapur.
Alex was pretty freaked out when she saw an elephant in her backyard on her 16th birthday.
Did my dad hire you?
She was even more freaked out when she heard this.
You are a princess.
With the help of the advisor and loyal servant Kuru, she learns to harness her powers while trying to balance this double life. Also, Liam Hemsworth is here. And Margot Robbie. This is where I know them from. As a baby, I tuned into The Elephant Show with Sharon, Lois, and Bram, and as a child, I watched this cartoon elephant series called Babar the Elephant. To this day, elephants are still my favorite animal, and I think most of that credit has to go to the Elephant Princess. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Starla, you're Canadian. This is an Australian teen series. How were you watching something from Australia in Canada? And honestly, I can't find a complete answer for this. The only thing I could find on this is the stupid AI overview that said that it was co-produced in Australia and Canada, and that the Family Channel somehow got the rights to the show. But there's nothing in the wiki that it is apparently quoting that states anything of the sort. Truthfully, finding any sort of interesting fact about the show is difficult. There's really nothing about it out there. Only few things that I was able to find was that some of the episodes are named after bands or songs like Good Vibrations, Destiny's Child, and Dancing Queen, and that the show was only ever nominated for one award and it lost to some random show I've never heard of called My Place. Robbed. I'm adding this in a week later because I am very confused. I've been trying to find the composed soundtrack for a couple weeks now. Not the whole Emily Robbins, Maddie Tyers band soundtrack. Not the licensed stuff. I'm talking about the composed stuff that plays in the background of every episode. You know, I'm scrolling through YouTube. I'm putting in like Elephant Princess composed soundtrack, Elephant Princess soundtrack, and I somehow end up down a rabbit hole that is like softcore foreign tribal porn? I was just trying to find the actual composed soundtrack. All I Googled was like the Elephant Princess soundtrack, and I came across this actual thumbnail from this search history. Obviously, I'm censoring it, but on YouTube, just completely free. And if you go to like the whole channel, they have so many different YouTube videos with thumbnails like this, but then you watch the video. Of course I had to watch the video. I had to find out if it was actual porn. It's not actual porn. I reported it. Obviously I reported it. So when I go to edit this in post, you know, I might not be able to find the YouTube channel. And because of that, I had to take a screenshot of this thumbnail, and it's just been sitting on my computer for like a month now. I just had to mention that because like I was just looking for the composed soundtrack to what is essentially a kid's show, and I found AI generated titties. I love YouTube's algorithm. That's literally it. That's all I was able to find in 5 Google pages and in the official IMDb. In fact, let's look at the IMDb, because even stuff in that is just wrong. All right, we are at the official Elephant Princess IMDb, and to show you how terrible this information is, we're gonna go right to the cast and crew because there's already a complication. Both seasons only have 26 episodes, so how is it that Karoo and Anala have been in 53? I did the math. 26 plus 26 is 52. Well, according to this, there's a 27th episode called Compilation. But when you click on it, it's just the tagline for season 2. That's not even... There's nothing... What is this apparent secret 27th episode? Is that lost media? Okay, so we got that. Let's go to the FAQ. When did The Elephant Princess premiere? November 13th, 2008. When did The Elephant Princess end? November 13th, 2008. Who stars in The Elephant Princess? Miles Susanto, Siam, and Emily Robbins. They only have Miles Susanto and Siam before Emily Robbins because of that 53rd episode bullshit. Who are the characters in The Elephant Princess? Adesh. Who the fuck is Adesh? We have 6 characters in this alleged 27th episode. And it's not Alex. There's nothing on it. There's nothing on it. Because it doesn't exist. Yeah, add to my watch list. I don't fucking know this episode. Yeah, there really is nothing. It's actually insane to me how little of this show that there really is out there. And that's why I really, really wanted to make this video. Up until a few weeks ago, I had never actually rewatched the show. I finished it in 2011 when the finale aired on the Family Channel, and that was it. So now is the perfect time, right? I think even for a bit of my early adulthood, I started to assume that I had also just dreamed it up, that it was a fever dream, until I started to get the main theme stuck in my head. I've had the soundtrack stuck in my head since I finished watching it, and now you're gonna have it stuck in your head too. If it's stuck in your head, like the video. If it's not stuck in your head, then like the video. It had been a whole 14 years since I laid my eyes on the show, and I thought, what a better way to rediscover it than to get my friends involved.
Hi. I didn't realize that they whitewashed her at the Margot Robbie.
What is his dad doing right now?
Washing dishes? No, cleaning the oven. The stove. Yeah.
Cranking it.
He's cleaning the stove. It just looks
So today, I have the pleasure of talking to you about season 1 of my favorite TV show growing up, The Elephant Princess. Why season 1, you ask? Well, that's because season 2 has an entirely different vibe. How is it different? I genuinely can't get into this until we get to the end of the video. Look, you need to experience the same way I did, okay? Without spoiling too much, season 1 and season 2 are entirely different vibes, but they kind of maintain the same cast. It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 3. Does that help? No, you'll get it. You just watch to the end, you'll get it. I'm gonna start with introducing the main cast, side characters, and their existing roles in this universe, you know? For the main cast, we've got Alexandra Wilson, played by Emily Robbins. She's got a band with her friends, and she's got to balance that on top of her royal duties. She is the Elephant Princess. We get it. Then we got Karoo, played by Miles Susanto. He's a bit of a mess-up student that gets handpicked by Royal to guide Alex on her journey to becoming the princess. He's picked specifically by her cousin Bashan, played by Damian Bodie. Bashan is an integral part of this first season. He literally finds out at the same time as the Manjaporian people that his cousin even even existed in the first place. His entire role in the show is to be the main antagonist, to stop Alex from taking the throne by any means necessary. And finally, we have Omar, played by Brett Climo. He was the Queen's personal royal advisor and kind of has to play telephone between everybody. Kuru reports to him about Alex's updates with her magic training, and then he goes to the Elder Council to update them on her progress, and also Vashon when he comes lurking around the corner, which he does a lot. Now for the supporting characters that might be important for an episode or two, but are otherwise not that important to the main plot. We have Amanda, played by Maddie Tyers. She's Alex's main best friend since childhood and is the lead singer of their shared band. Next we have Diva, played by Amelia Burns. She's Vashon's main and royal servant, basically the equivalent to Kuru with Alex. Getting away from Manjapur for a little bit, we have JB, played by Sebastian Gregory. I love it when someone has two first names. He's another one of Alex's childhood best friends and is the main drummer of their band. Then we got Marcus, played by previously mentioned Liam Hemsworth. He's Alex's high school crush and eventually joins the main band as their lead guitarist, which is strange because Amanda and Alex already play guitar. Is it normal for there to be like 3 guitars in a band? Now to rattle off a few quick ones, we have Anita, Jim, and Zoe, played by Alice Platt, Grant Pyro, and Eva Lazaro, respectively. They're the adopted family. Anita's the mom, Jim is the dad, and Zoe fucking sucks. She sucks so bad that for the entirety of our watch-through, we were calling her Abby, and none of us clocked it.
Abby sucks.
I hate Abby.
Abby took a fucking piece.
Then we have a few reoccurring Manjapurian commoners like Cosma, played by Cleopatra Coleman. That's a really cool name. We got Sudesh, played by Rodney Alif. Johan is played by Jordan Prosser. And we have my all-time favorite Manjapurian citizen, Drum Guy. Drum Guy starts out pretty much every single episode hitting that gong to release the title sequence. The second that he would appear on screen, we would erupt into applause, whether it was the start of another episode or he shows up in the middle of one.
Drum boy.
Oh, this is
Drum
a
boy!
Yeah! Barely showed up ever.
Drum man!
Roll that back!
What do you mean he exists outside the intro?
We have to watch the credits to find out who this is.
Let's go!
That's a guy.
It was fantastic. I love you, Drum Guy. I wish I could figure out which actor you are, but there isn't a lot on the IMDb that helps. The last character that I want to mention definitely counts as a main character, but I think that she deserves her own segment. This person being not a person, but Anala the elephant, played by an actual African elephant named Siam. There are many different African elephants named Siam, but this one was specifically famous for being on this show. They actually got a real African elephant on the set of this show. There's only a few instances where it's kind of obvious she's keyed in, but she's here. She's physically on set. They touch her, they talk to her, and she responds. Now, I'm gonna give a little warning here because we're shaking up the formula a little bit. Not only is this the first video where I haven't talked about a video game, but this is also going to be the first video where it's not spoiler free. For this video on The Elephant Princess Season 1, there are going to be spoilers. I can try and add chapters so that you can skip certain episodes that I talk about, but if you ever wanted to watch the show, click away from this, well, maybe like keep the tab open, but like mute the tab and then just open another tab and watch the show on there. Okay, I feel like I've done enough explaining and summarizing. I feel like we can just go back to the chair and we can really talk about this show in detail. What do you say? Although, you know, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna get you to like come to the room with me. Whoa! Oh, I'm in my room. How the fuck did I... Alright, well, we're here. That's all that matters. I feel like we understand the premise of The Elephant Princess by now, right? We know that Alex Wilson is a teenage girl from Melbourne, Australia, who goes to high school with her friends. She has a band. She lives with her family until on the night of her 16th birthday, she finds out that she's actually the heir to a magical kingdom named Manjapur. While the first few episodes only really serve to play around with this basic premise, they really drop the ball with what Alex is already capable of with her magic. In episode 1, not only does she turn back time, but she blows her barbecue up.
And I'm not magic.
And in episode 2, she fully erases her family from existence.
Oh my god, Marcus is such a hunk. He's so manly and strong. Hey man, I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay, dude. I've actually got a cousin who's wired that way.
You know what she does in episode 3? Pulls a rabbit out of a hat to get her friends to learn that she knows magic. Actually, the real answer is duplication. She accidentally has rabbits duplicating at an alarming rate out of the hat to the point where the entire yard is just rabbits. That's already something I immediately catched while I was watching the show. It doesn't dumb itself down just because it's a kid's show. Wizards of Waverly Place, another magic-eccentric show, spends a lot of time playing around with the concept of magic and the different spells wizards can cast before it starts to take itself seriously. But because of this, it has some major continuity issues. There are some super overpowered spells introduced early on in the show that are completely retconned or ignored later on, especially when it would be most convenient for them to be brought up. They literally just did this with season 2. There is like a memory erase spell that's only meant to erase like a couple seconds, and yet Alex and Justin use it to erase like a whole aspect of their life, which is not how the spell worked in Wizards of Waverly Place. The Elephant Princess almost never has this issue. It uses these early episodes to not only show how magic is perceived, but to show how truly powerful it is in both the right hands and the wrong ones. We have time travel spells, we have duplication spells, spells that cast fire, spells that cast electricity, spells that create sentient life, among far more as the show goes on. There's never a point where you want to stop and wonder, why aren't they casting this? Why did they forget about that spell? Because there's usually a good reason for it. The time travel spell even makes a reappearance in a later episode to explain how and why it works, which is a pretty difficult thing to do once you introduce it, especially when you're trying to explain it to a child. There are only 2 instances where it feels like there's some inconsistencies with the show, but it's never because of the magic itself. I feel like that's pretty impressive for a show as small as this. Episode 3 has Amanda and JB learning about Alex's secret, which is another thing I immediately liked about the show. They could have easily ran with the whole "no one knows my secret identity" thing, which they kind of do with Alex's family. Minor spoiler alert, but Anita, Jim, and Zoe never learn the truth about where Alex is from or her duties as the princess of this faraway kingdom. They never get to see her as the princess, they never visit the kingdom, they're not even mentioned in the second season as far as I remember. But I like that Alex brings her friends into the inner circle right away. Think of the other secret identity shows where it takes the best friend like a whole season to find out the truth. Like Hannah Montana runs with this for a bit too, with Lily finding out the secret on the first episode and Oliver finding out shortly after. But in that show, Lily and Oliver also have to create an alter ego to go along with Miley's secret. But what I like that the show does is that Amanda and JB not only learn about this rather quickly, but they're not put into those boxes, you know? They don't have an alter ego, but they also aren't just swept aside when shit starts to get important. They are actively involved in Alex being the princess as much as Kuru or Omar is. This allows not only them, but us to visit the people of Manjapur as they are. I just like that the show was already kind of getting through those awkward angles that other shows take a long time to get through, you know? Okay. So we're gonna skip through the first like 10 episodes. I'll summarize them in like a sentence or two, but they're relatively unimportant to the major plot of The Elephant Princess. They're more around building character and watching Alex learn to control her magic. In episode 4, Kuru starts to go to the same high school as Alex. He embarrasses her a little bit and gets picked on by some of the jocks, so Alex casts a spell that makes him popular. You're gonna learn quite a bit in this series that a spell will just exist when it's needed. It's like Deus Ex Elephant Princess. It backfires so much that Kuru gets his first kiss, so she switches it back. Lesson learned.
Loser.
In this episode, we also see that Kuru was much more capable than he initially appeared to be, which continued to surprise me as the show goes on. In episode 5, Kuru opts to return to Manjapur to speak to the elders about Alex's growth with her magic. Just before he leaves, she gives him a magical artifact that apparently makes him levitate. Before he can speak to the elders, he gets locked in Vashon's room with Diva, seemingly to sabotage the meeting and make it seem like he's irresponsible. With the guitar pick, and by extension Alex's help, he's able to make the meeting while showing off her abilities.
Please, I implore the council, give Kuru a chance. I know him to be most reliable, dedicated, practical, his feet firmly on the ground.
Hello in there.
The fact that Kuru was able to clock pretty much immediately that the guitar pick was magical really goes to show again just how capable he is. He had to go out that window and hope that the magic didn't waver or end altogether. That must have been terrifying.
You've ruined my performance. I'm gonna have to start all over again now. I begin.
In episode 6, Vashon manages to send some of his magic into Alex's world and curses her, making it so whatever spell she tries to cast will have the opposite effect. While trying to cast the destroy spell, she causes Zoe's actual anime figure to come to life, and since its original purpose was to protect her creator, she's hellbent on destroying Alex. You know, the one who literally created her. This is the first episode where Alex shows real confidence in her abilities, and Kuru again clocking that magic is doing the opposite of what it should be, like immediately.
According to my notes, if a spell is interfered with somehow, it can do the opposite of what was intended.
Do not look at the target. Simply focus your mind. You must believe that you can do it.
Episode 7 is a pretty decent episode on its own, but Alex makes a decision here that is later completely contradicted and forgotten in a later episode, and it pisses me off. Alex's band Smash signs up to be part of some online band competition, but they ultimately don't get added to the list. Because of this, Alex decides she's ready to go to Manjapur for the first time to meet Omar, the late Queen's advisor.
Tomato plants must be tended to daily. They grow quickly. So quickly that they cannot bear their own weight. They need stakes for support, so that in time they can bear fruit.
This sounds like a bigger deal, but it really isn't since she doesn't even go. It's such a minor B-plot, but that's kind of the point. It's meant to be disappointing. Like, the coolest thing about the B-plot is the way Vashon says the word poison.
Poison.
This dude... Oh my god, Vashon. This dude is metal as fuck. He takes the
Poison
from his snake, and then he turns the snake into a human, and makes the human snake present the
poison
in the chalice for Alex's arrival. Anyways, back to the real plot of episode 7, which is the band competition. After a bad rehearsal, JB and Amanda ask Alex to use her magic to make them sound better, which she promptly refuses. Remember that for later, okay? I need you to remember that. In episode 7, Alex specifically refuses to use magic to make their band sound better. Remember that, okay? That is important. She does, however, use magic to put her band on the list so that they can actually attend, which is why she misses the meeting with the elders. Now, you can argue that this is also as morally incorrect as making them sound better, but they do win an honorable mention award from this. Alex doesn't use magic during the performance, nor does she use it to get the award in the first place. This kind of proves that they were capable of being more than just a garage band. I'm saying it that way because they literally say it that way in the show, and it's been embedded into my brain since I was 8.
Garage.
When Alex never shows up, Crew straight up gets fired. Like, he has to pack up all of his things and return as a student. So Alex finally goes to Manjapur for the very first time to confront Omar.
Can't be that wise if he sacked the guy who isn't to blame. It was my fault, so I have to set him right.
I love this scene because she doesn't dumb her personality down for him. When he insults Kuru's teaching methods, Alex proves to him that Kuru is worthy to continue guiding her.
Tomatoes grow really quickly, and they can't support their own weight, so you have to give them more support if you want them to grow.
Just like you.
And Kuru?
While the beginning of the episode is rather lackluster, I love this later half. It goes to show that not only has Kuru been an amazing advisor, but that Alex herself has far more potential than maybe even Omar realized, and it's partially because of Kuru. Now, Vashon isn't a man to waste his food, so he opts to try to poison Omar instead, which Kuru, again, clocks immediately, and already knows it was probably Vashon's doing.
Vashon, perhaps.
Kuru constantly taking W's. Oh my god, he was severely underestimated. Of course he gets his job back. Episode 8 is another one of those teasing the inevitable episodes. Alex once again visits Manjapur, and Vashon, of course, finds out. This is where we're introduced to the bulk of the Manjapurian people, including Johan and Cosma. JB really bonds with Cosma in this episode, finally giving him a proper love interest that isn't a fake anime woman. Lovely. After a misunderstanding with Johan's family, the people of Manjapur finally get to meet Alex as their princess and hide her away from Vashon so she can make it back home safely. It's nice to have Alex coming to her kingdom and meeting her people, but I'd still consider it to be a lighthearted episode. You'll really see what I mean by that once we get to, like, the meat and potatoes of the last half of this season. Episode 9 is another one of those, where Alex accidentally turns herself into a frog to see if Marcus has feelings for her. Since the only way to break the spell is for her true love to kiss her, everyone tries to convince Marcus to do it. Does he end up doing it? No. You wanna know who does? My boy Kuru does it, and you'll never guess what happens.
Thanks, Kuru.
You're welcome, princess.
Yes! Kuru is the one to break the spell. Well, he's just a servant! How could that be possible? He's a servant and he's a princess! What the fuck? This never comes back. Like ever. Episodes 10 and 11 are technically a two-parter. This might seem like a big deal, like this is the only two-parter of the season, but we're still about 5 or so episodes away from getting to the real meat and potatoes, you know, like what makes this show so good. Alex is finally coming to terms with her birthright and is becoming more confident in her magic. Kuru has proven how capable he is as a guide and potential protector. Vashon's still trying to find a way to cross the barrier to get to Alex, and Zoe still sucks.
It's very unpleasant making false accusations about your little sister. Your little sister who loves you very, very, very much.
Alex, don't you think Zoe deserves an apology?
No.
Episodes 10 and 11 are still really good episodes. They do a great job of, once again, showing how much of a threat Vashon really is. The episode literally starts with Omar getting Kuru to stop talking about Alex because, surprise, surprise, Vashon is lurking behind the fucking wall again.
The princess's magic improves greatly. She has recently learned the magic.
And then look where he fucking is. Asshole. Look at Omar's smile drop. He's so happy to learn about Alex, and then, oh shit, there he fucking... They're so uncomfortable. They both know, dude.
Among us.
Is this how Vashon spends his afternoons? He waits to see what part of the castle Omar's chilling at, and he like finds a wall and chills back there for a little bit. It happens so often. I started just calling it out. Vashon returns to his room with an idea. They both know Anala won't willingly take any of them to Alex, but by pulling a Wind Waker Zelda on Diva, along with giving her the ability to turn into a butterfly, she can pass through Anala's magic completely undetected and use her Margot Robbie form to get close to Kuru and learn more about Alex.
I can't believe Vashon just pulled a Tetra on Diva.
Oh my god, they
Yeah,
whitewashed
he
her?
Tetra'd her. That's what I said the moment it happened. He pulled a Tetra. No one got it when I first said it.
I didn't realize that they whitewashed her at the
You
Margot
didn't
Robbie.
see it?
I just thought she was a whole other person.
Here we also see how little Vashon, and by extension the people of Manjapur, know of the other world. Vashon seems to think Alex has a palace of her own servants, her own army.
The dimensions of my cousin's palace, the size of her army, how many servants attend her, do her subjects love or hate her?
He's convinced that this is what Omar is keeping from him. I also want to point out something that I noticed about how they cast magic that is never actually brought up. You see, Vashon casts 2 spells here. One with just his left hand, and then the other with 2 hands. At first I thought this was just like an acting choice, but I think it's actually meant to show how advanced and how powerful magic can truly become. We've only ever seen Alex use 1 hand. Vashon is definitely far more experienced than anybody else alive in the kingdom right now. He likely received some sort of training, and even has knowledge on spells that not even Omar knows later on. Anyways, Diva flutters off and is able to ride Anala's magic to the other world, where she then turns into Juliet and follows Alex to her school. I'm going to also assume that she stole her clothes because that is not the same outfit she showed up in. Did she steal her clothes? Where did she get these clothes? Oh, she just stole someone's clothes? She really just steal? She stole someone's clothes. Okay. That's so rude. She learns pretty quickly that no one knows the truth, that Alex is presenting as a normal teenage girl. She gets Kuru to invite her over so that she can see Alex's home, meeting Zoe and her parents in the process. How unfortunate.
It's so small. I know. I'm almost too ashamed to live here.
While Alex is barking at Kuru for inviting Juliet in the first place, she opens the window to allow Anala to eat all the chocolate muffins Zoe had baked. This causes her to collapse and sporadically lose control of her powers.
Everyone in Manjapur knows that elephants are allergic to cocoa.
While they're trying to find her, Juliet is just kind of hanging around with Zoe and her friends.
She's just watching them? Why does she care?
Like, yeah, she's trying to get Alex's family to spawn Anala and learn the secret, but this is just a really weird way of going about it. At least we get to see Zoe feel a taste of her own medicine.
They're all gone. They were for Miss Julie.
The Royal Auto Club's on their way.
The car's not working.
It'll be fixed very soon, darling.
This is the best thing Diva does in the entire show. After some shenanigans of trying to find Anala and Alex showing that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
They don't even know her.
Oh shit! Let's go, Alex! You're pulling the fucking royal shit!
They give Anala the cure she needs before the family finds her. Juliet leaves and decides to go report her findings to Vashon, but is approved by Kuru to return to the house tomorrow. We're gonna dip right into the next episode where Diva is reporting her findings to Vashon while Kuru and Omar have this conversation.
So the princess's magic continues to improve. How would you describe this continued improvement?
I would describe it as continual.
Diva is now well aware of Kuru's infatuation with Juliet, so she opts to use that to separate him from Alex. These later episodes do something weird with Kuru. Like, it's not even just this plot line. He starts to act pretty out of character in some of these later episodes. Here he starts barking at Alex for having one of the rare spell runes on her and claims she's not being careful with them.
I'll check my notes, but Princess, please, you shouldn't be carrying around the runes willy-nilly.
She is literally in her own backyard, not even 10 feet away from the garage they're kept in. She's finally showing enough interest in her magic to study it on her own, something Kuru has been repeatedly trying to get her to do, and he's scolding her for it. He doesn't even give her credit for successfully casting the spell.
Cool!
It might be cool had you meant to do it. Since you did not, further practice may be valuable.
When Juliet shows up unexpectedly to have Kuru walk her home, he chooses to take the spell stones to school, further away from the garage. I don't think this is just because of Juliet either. He didn't know she was coming over. He has no reason to be acting this way, and because of his actions, Juliet gets her hands on one of the runes and snags one for later. Later on, we get another song break from the band, and I just want to talk about the way Amanda's playing. We don't get a close look at Marcus's playing, but we do get to see Alex and Amanda. Emily Robbins has some musical background and clearly did some research on how a guitar is played, but I don't think Maddie Tyers did. She's just kind of picking at the same note on her bass and even almost sings the words wrong. I can tell that they played the actual song when they initially filmed it because JB's drumming is on point. Like, let me pull it up. I think she's bass, right? I'm pretty sure she's bass. You can hear there's more than one note that she's supposed to be playing there. That's not how you play the bass, Amanda. The reason I told you. This is really minor. It is. It got a chuckle out of me, I'm sorry. Kuro brings Juliet back for more study practice. When she reaches for his hand, Alex begins to play more aggressively, clearly feeling some sort of jealousy. As they continue to rehearse, Juliet carefully drops one of the runes in front of Kuru's door, using it to get Alex to spot her locking it up with him later. Once again, playing up this whole will they, won't they thing between them, even though they don't. Sorry.
See you this evening.
I'll be here.
I want this to be my man's reaction to kissing. Miles plays this up so well, I genuinely feel bad for Kuru. But then he immediately goes and fucks it up again.
You must have dropped it.
That is not possible. Except for when you take them without telling me, I know where they are at all times.
Bro, she took them one time while she was at home. Like, if this was something she's done often, I'd understand. Maybe they should have written in an episode where she brings them to school to try and study them, loses one, and then has to learn a spell without the stones to retrieve them. That would have made Kuru's protectiveness of them make so much more sense and would even validate him later bringing them to school himself, maybe feeling they're safer in his hands. Instead, he's coming off as rude and audacious despite there being no signs of her being irresponsible with them. He also scolds her for leaving the stones in her home, as if it would matter.
I had no choice once I found them this morning on the table, in front of everybody.
At most, Anita spots them on the table and they have to make up some other kind of low-key racist lie about them.
Anala is one of my sky gods.
At worst, Zoe would try to snag one and turn it into a necklace. What makes it even weirder is after he's done scolding Alex, he shifts back into his usual self. He's already clocked that Alex doesn't like Juliet, but is still going to listen to what Alex wants him to do. Once he leaves, he returns to get his bag to see that the stones are gone, and then immediately runs back to tell Alex because he thinks he's hidden them on purpose.
Perhaps you think I'm in need of a lesson, to remind me of their value. An excellent lesson it has been.
Oh my god, Kuru. Margot Robbie, what did you do to my ball?
Because she's vaguely attractive.
She's very attractive.
The next day, Kuru returns to Manjapur to tell Omar he's lost the runes. Interestingly enough, Anala refuses to budge until Juliet lands on her. Kuru even comments on how she looks pleased, and even seems to deliberately choose not to drop them off at the palace.
Nope. Oh my god.
She fucking knows. She knows. Can you imagine if a whole ass elephant was stepping up to you like that? I'd be terrified too. And Olive's eventually able to get Kuru to catch up to Juliet.
1 minute I was walking in Alex's backyard and then the next I'm here.
I feel like Diva could have tried lying a little bit more here, but instead she just books it, nearly losing Kuru in the market. He catches her again, so she grabs him and flips him over her body.
Oh! Okay.
Margot Robbie, what the fuck?
Where the fuck did all that strength come from? I mean, I know that she's a servant, and I guess if she's decently fed, she would have some strength on her, but Jesus Christ. Diva, I'm just gonna call her Diva now, the jig is up. Diva continues to give herself away by stancing up with the same martial arts Kuru knows. This Manjaporian martial arts thing is cool. I'd really like to learn more about it. We have 2 confirmed servants that know this form of martial arts. It seems like they're tasked to learn it to protect their master, like Diva with Vishan and Kuru with Alex. Do you think this is similar to Terakazi from Star Wars? I mean, why else would royals with magic need physical fighters to protect them when they can just... Yeah, that! What's the point?
Oh!
Oh my god!
Margot Robbie?
What the fuck? You just fucking...
Bye.
Bye! I have to return to the inside of your wallet.
Anyways, Vishan toddles off after seemingly murdering Juliet in front of everyone, and Kuro realizes he's been an idiot. Turns out Vishan didn't kill Diva, but he does take all the magic back, which means Margot Robbie is officially dead in the Elephant Princess universe. I'm sorry. Omar immediately suspects that this was Vishan's doing.
Clearly, Vishan is responsible.
And yet they still don't want Alex to know about him, despite how close he's gotten to getting her found out, or worse, killed. Still, the episode ends on a heartwarming note where Kuru admits he was being a complete idiot and agrees to trust Alex's gut from now on.
She was vaguely attractive.
Like I said earlier, it's a solid 2-parter, but it still doesn't feel like the show has officially started. We're close though, we're getting there. Except episode 12 is a Zoe episode. Boo. This entire episode is just Zoe being awful and being rewarded for it. She tapes over an old video of a much younger Alex dancing with some stupid tea party roleplay bullshit, and we learn it's because she's an insecure little liar that sucks at dance. She lied about being the lead in her ballet play, so she doesn't want her parents attending. After admitting she's a dirty little liar, Alex uses magic to make her the best in the play. I don't understand why this episode was written or what it's meant to accomplish. Yeah, you could argue that maybe this makes Zoe a better character, but it doesn't. She's immediately on her bullshit in the very first scene of the next episode. Can you not be a bitch for the rest of the series now?
You're like a sister to me. I am a sister to you. That's what I mean.
Oh my god.
I just told you not to become a bitch again!
Wow. Instantly.
That's crazy! Zoe doesn't become a nicer sister to Alex. She's immediately on her mean girl bullshit at the very beginning of the next episode, and this also makes a later episode that much worse. The B-plot kinda sucks too. Kuru accidentally breaks JB's drum set and discovers that the conversion rates for Manjaporian currency to Australian is massive enough to make JB absolutely rich. Kuru gives some of this to Alex's family for rent, and when Alex expresses discomfort on how much Kuru has, he tries to get his allowance reduced, which angers the elders. At the end of the episode, the Wilsons use the money to buy Kuru a new bed, which he doesn't use and immediately gets rid of at the beginning of the next episode.
Hey, Kuru. Oh, you changed your bed back.
This entire episode could probably be skipped on rewatches. It is almost the worst one. Almost. And if it's not clear enough, absolutely no hate to the actress that plays Zoe. Eva Lazaro played this role incredibly well. I have to respect her for that. I kind of wish that she learned the truth to maybe get her a chance at growth, or at best, give us some sort of sass-off between her and Vishan. I fear she would win that battle, and I would be very proud of her. Episode 13 finally feels like we're getting our feet off the ground, you know? With Mother's Day just around the corner, Alex begins to get rightfully curious about her birth mother, so she travels to Manjapur completely on her own to ask Omar, who, as you already know, was the Queen's closest advisor. Not only is this Alex's first time entering the palace, but it feels like the first time she's really confronted her past. My friends and I did a lot of chatting when we watched some earlier episodes, but this was the first moment where it was absolutely silent. We all wanted to learn more about the Queen. We wanted to watch Alex connect with the one person alive that might have known her.
Rumor has it that once she even turned herself into a frog.
Yeah, well, that could happen to anyone.
When she asks why her mother gave her up in the first place, Omar can't give her a clear answer, but instead encourages her to take a walk in the garden where her mother used to hang around. Alone. Completely alone. With no protection against that lampshade-looking fucker that wants to kill her. Let me guess, she's gonna walk past and Vishan's gonna be hanging out against the wall.
She's gonna go.
Yes, and he's gonna come out of the wall! He's always against
He's got the stereotypical assassin get up on.
Absolutely no protection against the man that's literally trying to kill her. Great plan, guys. And surprise, surprise, Vishan indeed was peeping behind a wall. What's new? So he knows exactly where she's going and is there waiting for her when she arrives. He's also aware that she doesn't know about him, so he's able to play all nice.
This is amazing. I mean, you're the first blood relative I've ever met.
I can't tell you how thrilled I am to have finally connected with you, Princess.
God, I wish this scene was genuine. There's something so nice about Alex being able to talk to family. I know he's lying, I know he's playing a part, but I always wanted them to actually get closer because of this scene.
They don't understand that the most important thing is family.
I want write, like, a post-season 1 finale script about not just Vashon and Alex being forced to work together, but actually getting them to get along. After Vashon walks off, he almost immediately comes back to do what he does best, linger by the nearest wall.
I'm light!
He's such a fucking, like...
Oh, he is doing
it! What? Wait, hold on, what? What?
As he does this, Alex finds a magical symbol in the pond that transports her, Super Mario Sunshine style, to some sort of liminal space under the water, where a message from the queen waits just for her. Here, it's revealed that the king was murdered, and that there are still those in the palace that threaten her, which explains why Alex had to be sent away. Gee, I wonder what sort of threat she may be talking about. Vashon, don't ruin this for me!
Why is he always lingering so slow behind people?
She'll never see me if I'm standing right behind her!
In the end, the queen expresses how much she loves her daughter before the message fades away.
I just need a few more minutes.
Perhaps there is a way.
Her hand is up, she puts them down, and then the hand is back up again. Yes, Vashon is posing as Alex's mother. Why? Because he's an asshole. Why not? So he tries to turn her mother into an asshole, and she calls him out on it. Meanwhile, back in Melbourne, Australia, Zoe made Anita her favorite breakfast for Mother's Day. Not her mom's favorite. Her favorite.
Mango juice and a blueberry bagel. My favorite.
After a bit more of a back and forth, Vashon, as the queen, straight up attacks Alex in frustration. I don't think it was intentional, but I like how fast we see Alex adjust in the scene. We see Vashon cast some sort of lightning bolt spell, one that we've never seen before, but Alex is able to cast it back almost immediately and eventually lands a clean strike, returning Vashon to himself as well as bringing them back to the garden.
You! How dare you!
How dare I? How dare you!
After taking Vashon down, Alex has some newfound confidence in her future as the princess and is rightfully angry at Omar for keeping Vashon from her. Omar admits he was wrong and Alex insists he stops hiding things from her, which he reluctantly agrees. They have a nice walk together back to Inala where Alex spots some nice flowers for her mom, so she promptly returns home to celebrate Mother's Day with Anita. Zoe ate a piece of the cake that Alex made, so she uses magic to make a whole new one. Get fucked, Zoe! It has a really nice ending where Alex decides she wants to take new family photos with everyone, Kuru included. I'm sure that you can see by now that the show is really starting to pick up. The stakes are there. But now we've started a new trend where whenever there's a good episode, a mid to bad episode immediately follows it. Episode 10 was kind of okay, but episode 11 was solid. Episode 12 definitely sucked, but episode 13 was phenomenal. Now we're at episode 14, where Alex gets asked out on a date by Marcus. The time travel spell from the first episode makes a return, and we get an explanation as to how it works.
For quite some time now.
Kind of framed like the movie Groundhog Day, Alex uses this time travel spell over and over again throughout her date to correct any screw-ups until she can't use it anymore.
No.
Here we learn it's a limited spell, meaning anyone with magic can only use it a certain number of times before it no longer works. While this is kind of a nothing episode, I'm glad they bring back a spell from an older episode, especially one that was so powerful. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a kids television show from 2008. They could have easily glossed over the way the spell was used in episode 1. I was kind of expecting them to. Time travel is a tricky subject in any media. It's either over-explained, not explained enough, or glossed over entirely. Not only did they write in an entire episode around a time travel spell, they made it make sense and also cleverly removed it from the playing field. So now we can't jump to the finale and wonder why Alex isn't using the obvious get-out-of-jail-free card, or why Vashon hasn't casted it for that matter. Oh yeah, and Alex and Marcus are together now. That's cool. Episode 15 is a very important episode. The stakes don't get that much higher after this. It's Anala's birthday, so she has to prepare for the royal elephant ceremony. She gets showered in gifts by the commoners and then gets to grant a wish for anyone she chooses. The problem is, usually the queen is the one to bless the gift. With no acting royal in charge, one of the elders may have to bless it instead. That's when Alex excitingly offers to take the queen's place. While Kuru tells the people of Manjapur of this, Alex invites her friends to the event, but soon learns that commoners aren't welcome at the banquet. Against his wishes, Alex decides to make multiple copies of the royal invitations to not only just allow her closest friends to come, but Cosma, Johan, and other members of the market. While Amanda and JB take care of the rest of the invitations, Alex returns to the palace for a royal makeover, and this is without a doubt the best that she's looked in the entire show. Like, I just love this whole fit, the way the hair falls down her face, the way that she's got the skirt around her arm. I feel like I could pull something like that off, you know? Like, I don't want to be too culturally appropriative, but I can whiteify it a little bit. I just need a bit of a helping hand. Okay, I pulled this off the first time. Just not sure if I remember the spill. I'm getting better at this. Alex and her friends enter the banquet despite the subtle glares of the elders, and the second Alex catches that Vashon is not at the party, Vashon shows up to the party.
I don't see my troublesome cousin anywhere.
Lord Vashon.
The interaction he has with Alex here doesn't have the same vibes as their meeting in episode 13 for obvious reasons, but god damn it, it's giving me the breadcrumbs I need.
You look very much like a real princess.
I will be writing a script where they get along, and you will see the fruits of my labor. Alex steps out of the party to ask Diva about Kuru. It is very strange to me that we're 15 episodes in and this is their first time talking to one another. Anyways, Diva tries to explain why Kuru isn't present, and Alex calls bullshit, instructing Diva to go down there and get him. Kuru's back outside, tending to Anala and her headdress, which houses the 3 jewels Anala uses to teleport people to and from Manjapur. He's been specifically instructed by Omar to guard the jewels, but he can't exactly disobey an official royal command, so he leaves his post to follow Diva back to the party. And honestly, I'm kind of vibing with it. JB starts a party while Amanda gets some of the elders to loosen up for a change. This is the first scene during the watch through that came to me almost instantly. I remember how it felt to hear those drums kick in and realize, oh, I know this episode. It felt like I had been transported back to my childhood, like that reviewer guy from Ratatouille. And then JB had to ruin it by grabbing Kuru and throwing him around like he was moving a beanbag chair.
What are you doing here? Silence!
Omar's last thread of patience snaps and he scolds Alex for the ruckus she's caused. Suddenly, Anala gives off a warning call. When everyone steps outside to check on her, Kuru sees that one of the magical jewels are gone, and since it was Kuru's job to guard them, he's the one to receive severe punishment. I'm sorry, I'm taking the crown off and just spoiling this because obviously the person that stole it was Diva. I don't know why they decided to play it up like this. It's very obvious that she was the one that stole it.
A jewel from Anala's headdress. Someone stole it.
She was one of the last people that saw it, and she knew it was going to be unguarded because she's the one who told Kuru to leave his post. I am assuming they only did it this way to raise tension between episodes, but it should be obvious to anybody that it's Diva.
What a genuine tragedy for Manjapur. Oh well, life goes on.
Just before Kuru can be whisked away by the guards, Anala begins the wishing ceremony and, of course, chooses Kuru to receive it. He literally gets a get-out-of-jail-free card, and that's exactly how he uses it, wishing to return to Alex's world with her to continue being her guide. Alex extends another apology to Omar, but he insists that she's still not ready to rule the kingdom. He chastises her for not understanding the way things are done in Manjapur, which she shoots down rather quickly.
Listen, Omar, I've apologized. I was wrong, I get that. But things aren't exactly perfect here in Manjapur either. I think if you were honest with yourself, you'd realize that things here need to change.
I think that response was incredibly mature, and besides, we all know that it was JB's fault. After Amanda and JB leave, Alex and Kuru talk a bit more about the gifts Anala usually receives on her birthday.
It's traditional to give her one gift for every year of her life.
And how old is she today?
604.
Who'd ever thought she'd like jelly babies so much?
Elephants have a funny way of surprising you every time.
Okay, wait a second. Anala is deathly allergic to cocoa, but jelly beans are okay? Are jelly beans okay? Oh, I guess it is okay. That's cool. All right, you know the drill by now. We had a really good episode, so now we have to lead into a really bad episode. And oh yeah, this episode is awful. Episode 16, The Big Gig, is the worst episode in the season. It starts with a song that has not left my brain since the rewatch, and Kuru once again makes an out-of-character comment.
Hey, Kuru, did you just hear our new song?
Yes.
It was very loud.
He's literally never had a problem with their playing in the past. Despite Kuru being excused for his crimes, he still has to appear before the elders as a witness since he was the last known person to see the jewels. I think it's funny that Omar and Kuru suspect Vashon already has the jewel.
Omar, what is he up to? I do not know. Be vigilant.
They're on his ass, and he also has no idea where it is. At this point, I feel like a flower could blossom with the wrong color, and Omar and Kuru would go huddle up in that same shrubbery path and be like, I must suspect that Lord Vashon is up to something. Surprise, surprise! Diva reveals she has it. The B plot is basically over. Back to Alex. Alex and her band go to the location of their very first gig to check it out, but see that the stage is far too small to fit all of their equipment. Turns out, this gig is for solo and duet artists only. We're given no information as to how they signed up for this gig or how they found out about it, but how would they not know about this ahead of time?
Sorry, cuz. We don't have enough room for all of you.
Oh, it's his cousin? Why did he not tell him about the size of the stage? When the band returns to the garage, JB quietly asks Alex to use some magic to make the stage bigger. That's it. That's all he asks for this time. It's not like episode 7 where he asks to make them sound better. He's asking for the exact same thing that she pulled later on in episode 7. A chance to perform, to show off their sound.
There's nothing to think about. I'm not doing it.
Why does it sound like she's more upset about this request compared to the last one?
No, I can't do that. We're good enough without magic. There's nothing to think about. I'm not doing it.
How is this any different from her using magic to get them into a literal band competition? I didn't mention it, but the reason why they're going to this gig specifically is because there might be a record producer there and they want to get noticed. But remember, Alex used magic to get themselves into a literal band competition. How is this any different? Marcus suggests they try out the gig with one guitarist and one singer, but they all refuse, deciding to stick together as a band, which they decide against literally in the next scene.
We're a band. A team.
Exactly, and we're in this together.
We just need to put your talent and your songs on the map first.
Maybe we could do an acoustic version or something.
Amanda doesn't have the register to sing the song acoustically, so she asks Alex to use magic to make her sound clearer.
Can't you sort of do something so my voice doesn't sound so tinny? Amanda, you know I can't.
That is definitely not That is definitely not a fair request compared to JB's. I can agree with that.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to use magic to get us ahead. Music has to be good enough on its own. I'm not a cheat.
Okay. Well,
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen.
you've definitely shown that you're willing to use magic to not only open doors for your band,
I may have had a little something to do with us getting into the competition, but that's it, I swear.
but to also bolster someone's performance.
I've just made Zoe a pair of real live dancing shoes.
You are clearly not above this. During a well-needed break, Alex asks Amanda if she could take a crack at the song. I really wish Amanda would close her lips. It's really distracting. Vashon's a Sith and he loses his apple. Haha. Do you think Anala knows when she brings or takes something with her? Do you think she stole Vashon's apple? I hope she knows that she stole Vashon's apple. She's not above fucking with him. We've seen it. She deliberately transported all of those rabbits to his room and also dropped him in a swamp. Alex and Marcus perform the song rather well together, but JP is reasonably upset about them performing the gig on their own. Miles Santo deserves an award for these puppy dog eyes, man. Kuru was so fascinated by Alex, he doesn't even know what he's agreeing to.
We'd be nuts to let this opportunity slide. You sound amazing.
Marcus is right.
When Alex and Marcus arrive at the gig, Marcus realizes he's forgotten all of his guitar picks. In a panic, Alex uses magic to make them appear. Kuru rightfully calls it out, but Alex claims she had no choice. Okay, that's fine. I don't see how that's any different from making the stage bigger, but whatever works. She sings a couple songs, all is going well, but when Someone Not Me begins playing, an executive from Zomp Records, the label they're trying to get into, becomes uninterested. Alex begins to use magic to keep him inside, and then uses it to make the disco ball light up, and gives herself a fan. And a fucking smoke screen. So she's literally doing the thing. Episode 7. Do you remember episode 7 where Alex refused to specifically use magic to make their band sound better? What is she doing? What is she doing?
Use magic for yourself, but not us. You're a hypocrite. Amanda, I did it for the band.
Bullshit, it's for the band! Making the stage bigger would have been for the band! Kuro runs outside to scold the man for leaving during the performance, but it turns out he's not from Zomp Records.
Listen, kid, the music was great, really. But the bank only gives me half an hour for lunch.
I'm sorry, the bank.
Yeah, the bank. Where I work.
Alex returns to the cafe, which looks more like a pub to me, but whatever, to find the real executive of Zomp Records ready to sign her and Marcus off as a duo. But he'll only take a duo. What the fuck is that comment? I feel jealousy coming from both JB and Amanda. Alex deserves better friends. She's the one in the wrong here. She's absolutely the one in the wrong here. Thank God she turns the offer down. The episode ends with them performing the song and Vashon gets his apple back. Fun fact, I taught myself how to bump the apple off my arm the same way he does. Bad apple. Smaller arm. I got fucking no, not the litter. I'm getting another apple. Okay. While that may have been the worst episode in the season, we have now moved on to episode 17, which I genuinely believe is the best in the season. The school is hosting a masquerade ball and everyone's going. Alex is going with Marcus, Amanda chooses to go with Kuru, but JB is having a hard time finding a date himself.
JB, it is not appropriate for me to go as your date, if that's what you're asking.
That is the second JB is gay joke in the show. Vashon slithers out from the wall again to probe Omar about when Anala might return. I guess there's no point in being inconspicuous at this point.
Omar!
I
just fucking slid into frame!
I have no arms because
Go back and look at it if you
I
want.
tie them behind my back like this and I walk.
Omar!
With his eye.
Omar!
I
slid into the frame. Omar! Wait! Do it one more time. Omar!
JB manages to convince Alex to take both of them to Manjapur under the guise of getting her a dress, which means Vashon has his hands on the jewel once more.
We need to buy you a suit for the school dance. Something cool.
But I'm not hot.
But you will be.
So then I will need to cool down.
While Alex is busy, JB is able to break off and ask Cosmo to the ball, which she excitedly agrees to.
What's a school?
After a bit of a back and forth, Alex agrees to let Cosmo come to the dance and states she'll have to return home at exactly midnight, making sure Anala is aware of this as well, and since Anala is returning to the old world. This raises the stakes so much. Vashon was very limited by what he could do to Alex and Manjapur. He only ever attacked either out of frustration or whenever he would be free from blame. But here, in our world, he has no limits. He has no laws he'd have to abide by, and nothing that could stop him. Even if he was suspected, there would be no way to challenge him. He would become ruler of Manjapur. That's what makes this moment so unsettling. He has all the power here.
The princess's palace. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this.
And now that Amanda's unknowingly told him about the ball, he knows where he can be and how to hide in plain sight. Jesus Christ, dude. Everyone meets up at Alex's house. Alex and Marcus have a Red Riding Hood and wolf theme going on, while Amanda and Kuru are Sleeping Beauty and Prince Charming. Kuru admits that he feels uncomfortable with the title, but Amanda's able to reassure him.
And what would the elders say if they saw me pretending in such a time?
They'd say you look hot.
I highly doubt that.
JB arrives with Cosma, calling her Cameron so the others don't discover who she really is.
As in Cameron Diaz.
Everyone arrives at the school dance. JB and Cosmo deal with some hecklers. Amanda tries to get Kuru to let loose, and Jesus Christ! Vashon! Where did you get that?
Gee, I hope no one inconspicuous walks into frame.
Oh my god! What an entrance that is!
That is very masculine.
That's terrifying! That's terrifying!
Cosmo's reaction is so valid here. Of course she's able to clock that that's Vashon. Look at the way he's toddling around. Oh my god, this whole scene is just a roller coaster of different emotions. Kuru is watering the lawn, Alex is clearly feeling some jealousy, and oh my god! Please stop looking at her like that.
Holy shit.
What do we have here?
Dude, he's hyper-lingering, man!
I love it!
He's hyper-lingering!
Just being in the background!
Vashon, please!
Can I get a dance?
Walk into someone!
I don't understand. Like, I understand, I get it, but like, what is he doing?
Is this what your people do for fun?
I can't. Why does he look like that? This is a high school. How did he even get in? This is funny and all, but it does transition into the best scene in the show, which I'm just gonna let play in its entirety.
Do you mind terribly if I cut in?
funny. Some people you can know for years, but when you dance with them, your feet move to different music. And then there are those you know for only a heartbeat. Yet you move in perfect synchronicity. How does one explain such a feeling of familiarity? Strangers so close that they could be, dare I say, family.
Damien Bodie and the man that you are. I hope that's actually him dancing because that was a fantastic scene. The way he can move so smoothly, the attitude, the grace, the style. He was a theater kid. He has to have been a theater kid. Yep. Yeah, I knew it. Theater kid. Can we get this man in some more lighthearted roles like this? He deserves more than to just be Deputy 2 in Blacklight.
Back up before someone gets hurt!
Vashon! There he is! Anyways, Alex runs off, but thankfully Cosmo saw the whole thing and immediately tells Kuru. Alex runs deeper into the school, but Vashon is already there waiting. Unfortunately, Marcus gets involved, which gives Vashon a tempting opportunity.
Attack.
I really wish he'd said fetch there. It's so hard not to love Vashon. Even as a kid, I was happy to see him and I was captivated by Damien's performance. Although his line delivery here when Kuru runs in is still confusing because it sounds like a question.
Now I'm the one who's scared.
Kuru jumps in front of Marcus to save Alex, but is thrown over this table and into what sounds like a shit ton of broken dishes. Is he dead? Did they just kill Kuru? Just before Marcus can attack Alex, Vashon uses some sort of barrier spell to keep him at bay, just to toy with her.
Well, cousin, here we are. Just you and me. Oh, and your hairy boyfriend.
Again, I can't stress enough how fantastic Damien's acting is here. He should have been on Once Upon a Time or something. The way that he's keeping his arms stiff in front of him, physically struggling to hold Marcus back with the spell. Even at 26, I was thoroughly pulled into the scene. JB and Cosmo can't find Alex or Vashon anywhere. I'm going to assume that Vashon must have done something to suppress the noise in the kitchen, or maybe they're just panicking. Because how would you not be able to hear any of this from the hallways? The clock strikes 12 and Anala is right there, ready to transport Cosmo back to Manjapur. What would have happened if they were in a room too small for Anala? Would she just teleport in anyways? Never mind. Alex is about to die. But just before he lets go, Vashon tries to coax Alex into using a destroy spell on Marcus. He literally is a Sith Lord.
Do it.
As Cosmo says goodnight to JB, the jewel in Vashon's pocket begins to glow. Just as he lets go of the barrier spell, he gets transported away with Anala and Cosmo, which also seems to reverse the spell on Marcus. Everyone breathes a big sigh of relief. Kuru is not dead, and Vashon ominously stands in front of the fireplace while Diva scolds him for playing with his food.
When are you going to learn, Diva? No one likes a know-it-all.
Alex returns home, says goodnight to Marcus, and the episode ends with Kuru swearing to Alex that he'll be ready for when Vashon returns. What a fantastic episode. While Alex got the upper hand on Vashon in episode 13, she was absolutely no match for him here. I think most of us have forgotten that Vashon is supposed to be the main antagonist. He is far more powerful than we may have assumed at the beginning. And this episode, along with the next one coming up, really shows that. Episode 18, Almost Too Famous, has a curious start that I must have completely missed during the watch-through. Although we were probably too busy raving about the previous episode. Kuru informs Omar of Vashon's attack during the ball, as well as Alex's growing relationship with Marcus. Kuru thinks she's too young to be dating, but insists that there's no other underlying reason for his concern. While Kuru was in Manjapur, Alex calls for Anala, which in turn lets Vashon once again return to her home. He appears above her garage on his flying carpet, absolutely just to Aura Farm. Alex definitely looks in his direction here, but she still doesn't spot him. Nice. She runs into her home to rave to her father about her band's upcoming gig, and then, oh my god! He's just here. In her house. The first time he was in the old world, he never approached her property. He hid in plain sight and toyed around with her, but this time he's invaded her home, frozen time, and now even has a way to stay here even if Anala were to teleport.
Anala's jewel is inside. Her magic cannot penetrate this box. Fear not, I cannot accidentally be transported back to Manjapur. Not this time.
Vashon has found a way to override Anala's magic and render it inert. That is insane to me. Interestingly enough, Vashon isn't here to kill Alex. He doesn't seem at all interested in harming her and only wishes to ask about why she hasn't taken the throne yet. He comes to realize that Alex has her own dreams of being a famous singer-songwriter.
To be a rock goddess.
I'm a bloody rock god!
When an idea occurs to me, perhaps it would be fun to help you in your endeavor.
So he decides to help her with that dream by warping all of reality. He doesn't just mess with her reality. No. This isn't a dream sequence. This is reality. When Kuro comes back from Manjapur, he comes back to all of this, meaning Vashon has enough power to warp reality to whatever he pleases. Not only does he turn Alex into the Australian Taylor Swift, but he sets himself in this universe as her manager.
My manager, Vashon will answer all of your questions.
I'll be answering all of your questions.
Not only did he make himself her manager, but he gave himself the best manager name I've ever heard. See, he took his name. He took his name. And then he took his name again. Boom! Vashon. What an icon. Manjapur is luckily entirely unaffected by Vashon's magic, so when Kuro arrives back, he's the only other one besides Vashon himself that has knowledge of the real reality. I completely forgot that Zoe and Vashon were technically in an episode together, but a wonderful side effect of the spell is that Zoe doesn't say a goddamn word. Thank you, Vashon. Can we say it with me? Say it with me. We're gonna say it in unison.
Thank you, Vashon.
There we go. Vashon takes Alex to her old school where she gets to peer into her old life before she became famous. Kuro was able to make it to the school and try to speak to her, but security keeps him away. Alex's old teacher, Miss Clement, hosts an assembly in Alex's honor. While Alex is giving a speech, we can see a displeased-looking Amanda, JB, and Marcus in the crowd. Amanda is very clearly wearing a Mickey Mouse emblem, and you know what that means. The Elephant Princess could be canon to Kingdom Hearts. Alex might be a Princess of Heart. Alex tries to speak to them, but learns that they're not friends anymore. Apparently, she'd completely abandoned the band and had broken up with Marcus over text, things she clearly has no memory of doing. Alex can't fathom anyone not being completely happy for her. I guess Vashon suspected her friends would be able to break her from the spell, so he forced them to be distant. Either way, she quickly gets over it. As her old friends try to heckle her, Vashon takes control of the crowd, announcing that the biggest concert of all time, Alex's concert, is tonight.
History.
Watch the way he kind of just goes like,
Me when I leave the
Wait,
frame.
do it again.
like-
Wait, I thought you were like crazy.
That's me.
Kuro tries to get her attention and fails yet again, but he's not giving up. He's able to sneak backstage and escape the security guard from before, grabbing Alex into a separate room to break her out of the spell.
How does this relate to him taking over the throne?
he's just doing
What's your plan, Vashon? Are you going to poison her? No, I'm even
These
better.
always-
I'm a producer.
These always look like they're in a nightclub.
Oh,
Wait,
God,
damn,
oh,
I'm 6'4",
God.
you ain't getting away from me!
Just do your, like,
Damn, he got away from me.
Damn!
You'll never take those stairs.
Is he gonna know? Is he gonna know? Oh, he knows!
Fuck.
He's on Chase, he's on Chase. Oh!
Oh,
you
Deeks!
slipped.
You got
He's
Deeks!
not on Chase!
This scene is a direct parallel to their first meeting, fireball and all, which allows Alex to finally remember everything, just as Kuro gets whisked away by security. Before the concert begins, she confronts Vashon, but it's very clear that the spell is still lingering in her mind. Even now, as she knows the truth, she's hesitating, as if Vashon's words are what's keeping her in a trance. To prove to Alex that things are better here, Vashon allows her to call her family, and we get this really heartwarming scene between Alex and her father.
Dad, I need the truth. Are you really and truly happy?
Well, I sometimes think that I preferred it when you were just jamming in the garage. We were a proper family then. You went away all the time. Life was simpler, you know. I miss that. I miss you.
This finally gives Alex the power to reverse the spell, repairing her original reality to what it was before. Everything is just as it was before Vashon had arrived, and Alex is able to happily attend her first gig with her band. These two episodes were my favorite growing up. It was always exciting to see if episodes 17 or 18 were playing on reruns. Two absolute bangers back to back. I think that they're the best in the season. I do wish we got to see more of Vashon coming to the old world, exploring how different it is from Manjapur and messing with Alex in different ways. I feel like they could have rolled with this premise a little more in the season, you know? Vashon could have gotten the jewel a little bit early and we would have gotten more of that, but I guess I'm ultimately glad that they didn't push it. It could have gotten old. Maybe these episodes are as good as they are because they didn't just push the same old Vashon's in the old world thing again, you know? Alright, we have 7 episodes before the finale, and some of these later episodes are a little bit uninteresting, so I'm gonna go back back to summarizing them. They've got some cool moments, don't get me wrong, but this doesn't really pick up again until episode 24. You'll see what I mean.
We are you, and we are this thing we like to call the Wii. Nintendo, it's the Wii.
Nintendo is the Wii.
Nintendo has the Wii.
I
want to be the Wii. I want to be the Wii. Have the power. Go buy another Wii.
Episode 19, Princess Amanda. Marcus wants to get Alex a gift, so Amanda goes to Magipore to help. Without any issues at all, she's able to trick Anala into getting her into the market.
This must be shielded from Anala's magic. I want to stay here for the time being.
I almost wonder if this episode was supposed to be before Almost Too Famous. The way he's talking about the box he keeps the jewel in implies this is the first time we're supposed to be seeing it. Amanda's trying to locate a specific necklace for Alex, but for some reason Sudesh and all the other commoners suspect that Amanda is Alex in disguise, even though they've seen them together in the exact same market before. She starts playing it up, directly insulting me in the process.
Never wear pink and green together. Not only is it a fashion mistake,
Pink and green together?
character.
You're wearing pink and green, Allie.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
What are the odds?
So you are. Damn!
And then she runs into Cosma, who has the exact necklace she's looking for. Before she can return to Alex, Vashon shows up and accuses her of high treason. He tries to get Amanda to help him control Anala, but when she refuses to...
I asked nicely. Maybe if you tried saying please. I'm sorry. I really am. Can't we start over?
No.
He's going to burn her alive? Jesus Christ, Vashon! Kuru, who is actually Alex, shows up to save Amanda, who she claims is Alex, and has Amanda pretending to be Alex use magic, even though it's Kuru who is actually Alex using magic to make it seem like Amanda is Alex using magic.
Kuru, what happened? Do I have magic?
Episode 20, Courtroom Jewel, made all of my friends and I have a midlife crisis. It starts with Kuru helping the band record a music video in the garage. This is a pretty catchy song, but it's interrupted by Vashon once again invading her home, stopping time as well as casting some sort of visual illusion spell to make her think she's on the roof of the palace, which she immediately calls bullshit on and is able to break the spell. Come on! At this point, he's not even trying to kill her. He's just fucking with her. They really are cousins. Alex sneaks off with Kuru to tell him what had just happened, but Marcus is starting to grow suspicious of how much time they spend together. I mean, without context, he has every right to be concerned. Not only does Kuru currently live with Alex's family, and by extension with her, but in his eyes, they sneak off together like this all the time and often aren't completely honest when relaying what they were talking about.
I think I gave his confidence a bit of a nosedive.
That's a joke.
Yes, that's a joke.
That's funny.
So what were you guys talking about?
Just camera angles.
This would all be cleared up if Alex was just upfront and told the truth, calmly this time, but fucking what do I know? Kuro returns to Manjipur to insist to Omar that something must be done about Vashon having the jewel. They can't prove that he has it, but he's been a direct threat to Alex so many times now that Kuro's rightfully panicking.
Omar, you must make them understand the danger. Or are the protocols of the elders more important to you than Alex's life?
So Omar plans for a meeting later on in the evening. The elders are incredibly hesitant to move against a member of the royal family, and make sure it's clear to Omar that if he can't prove Vashon is guilty, he'll be tried for treason. Just then, Vashon enters and claims it's Omar that has stolen the jewel.
It is the missing jewel.
This is a sad day for Manjipur.
Now, the trial isn't going to be for Vashon, but for Omar. Hearing Omar is being framed, Alex crashes the hearing to defend him. She proves that magic could have been used to place the jewel by putting a bunch of feathers in Vashon's cloak, and then directly accuses him of using the jewel.
He had stolen the jewel and has been using it to travel between Manjipur and my world.
The fucking
she's dropping it!
She's fucking dropping all the facts.
Because they currently have no proof, the accusation is left unrecorded, so Alex and Kuro return to the old world to find said proof.
And you call that innocent?
What do you say fuck me for?
Marcus is getting more and more jealous, but that doesn't matter to literally anybody. Before there can be a proper guilty verdict, Kuro and Alex return with the proof that they need.
Watch this.
How did you get that on tape?
How did you capture that on film?
Oh, he was there! He was there the whole time! I'm
Fashawn is literally caught in like 480p. I'm not even lying to you when I say we had to pause this episode to discuss the continuity errors for 20 minutes. We had to pause the entire episode because at this point the continuity with magic had been spotless. Like, yes, we've seen that both Alex and Kuru have had moments where they're just acting completely out of character. But the one thing that this show has gotten right up until this point is the magic.
Yeah, he must not have known to freeze the recorder.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, no, I think it's because he doesn't know how a camera works, so he didn't know that he could freeze the camera from
Was it
recording.
established that there was a camera there, though? No. That there was a camera, like a tripod, just filming that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They did?
They did. I did.
Kuru was the one recording.
Wait, hold on a second. Kuru was in the.
The one recording.
Oh,
there was a handheld and
yeah,
a
handheld and the shot one.
There's a handheld and a steady cam.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think they use two. They use a handheld and a steady cam. That's the handheld.
That's Kuru, yeah.
Oh my god!
There it is! Yeah, it's there! It was there! It was there! The continuity's intact!
Continuity!
There it is! Told you!
There's still a big fucking thing here of how the fuck did a camera capture that?
Because Vashon doesn't know how technology works, so he thought that if he froze everyone but her, they would think that she's crazy. He doesn't know that a camera... He doesn't know what technology is.
Hold on, does that mean that technically the shot of Kuru freezing, there's like the camera was able to detect it? He stops moving.
Yeah, that exact shot, only the zoom in is just part of the hallucination.
It's because we're in her view.
Yeah.
Well, that's why to the camera, it's just everyone stops and then he walks in the frame.
By that logic of like the camera being able to capture it, does that? Oh no, because he just. Wait, so then
he just froze everyone in the room, but he doesn't know how technology works. So he didn't know the camera was recording. He doesn't know what a fucking he doesn't know what a handy cam is. He's like, if I just freeze all of your friends, it'll work. They literally caught Vashon in 4K. They literally clipped that. They caught his ass in 4K. They might show it in more than one shot after this. I don't know.
It's like 20 frames, 30 frames. It's in view.
That does.
So subtle.
No, there it is again.
Yeah,
that's 3.
So
yeah, it's there.
It only shows up for like 2 or 3 seconds at a time.
That's crazy.
She obviously used AI.
Wait a fucking second, but the camera's not recording.
Is it not? It is recording.
But that's the fucking camera.
Wait, that is the camera.
It's not.
What do you mean?
Wait, which camera's that?
How do you know it's not recording?
No, that's the fucking camera.
If that's the camera there, then what's recording this shot? Because he's still in the back with a handy cam. So they have 3. They have a shot and then another shot. They have like the full
inside of a shot. What the fuck?
Yeah, what is that?
So
how was that part recorded?
Wait. I have a theory.
What?
It could be that Kuru went behind the camera.
He's in the back in that shot, though. Yeah, he's sitting there. He's sitting there in front of the drums. Yeah, look, there he is. He's there in the back.
Oh no! So
there's no continuity for this shot.
There's none.
Which is weird because they had it.
They had it.
As soon as they prove it was in fact Vashon that was using the jewel, he dips.
Lord Vashon.
He just fucking leaves. He's gone. Bye, Vashon. Because the trial was in defense of Omar, there's nothing that can be done about Vashon, but Omar is found not guilty. Episode 21 is kind of mid. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty okay episode. It was an enjoyable watch for the most part, but I've seen it so many times since I was a kid. It was on a rerun so many times that I've just kind of gotten bored of it. Marcus is getting fed up with Kuru and Alex sneaking off together. Zoe is unfortunately speaking again, and Nanala keeps ruining her toothbrush. Alex's band has an appointment with a recording studio that they've paid actual money for, but Anala steals her guitar before she can go. Marcus assumes it was Kuru that took it and keeps being physically violent with him.
Marcus, please do not touch me. This is not necessary.
What are you doing?
What, you scared your boyfriend will get hurt?
He's not my boyfriend. You're my boyfriend now.
Well,
Stop
Kuru
it.
here seems to think he is, right, Kuru?
Marcus!
Alex is getting frustrated with both Kuru and Anala, claiming that they're ruining her life. Anala teleports them to some random factory junkyard place, which makes Alex very late for her appointment. Turns out, Alex has been here before. She came here as a little girl and was nearly ran over by a car until Anala showed up and came to rescue her, bringing her to Manjapur for the first time in her life since she was born.
But I want to go to the beach.
Look, in a week or so, darling, I promise you, all right? Now, why don't you be a good girl and come and say hello to your new sister?
No, I don't want her here.
They get to spend some time together in this Manjapurian forest, but it kind of looks more like a place you'd see in Canada.
Kuru, why are you answering Alex's phone? No, it doesn't matter, just put her on.
I can't do that right now. She's not available.
She's Kuru, what exactly is going on? We're supposed to be recording, like, now.
I'm sure she'll be with you soon.
No. He hung up on me.
This causes Alex to miss the entire day of recording. When she returns and tries to explain where she's been, Marcus refuses to hear her out and not only breaks up with the band, but with her as well. Episode 22 decides to continue this trend of everyone being an asshole to Alex. She's disappointed with the breakup, so she completely forgets to do her chores. Her family scolds her heavily, she finds that JB and Amanda have given up on the band, and she's close to failing her class. Kuru is even willing to admit that Alex has struggled to balance her responsibilities, that she's being selfish. After a rather unsettling nightmare sequence, Alex finally decides that enough is enough. She's ready to take up the throne of Manjapur, choosing to leave behind her old life. Vashon is shocked that Kuru was able to actually guide her properly. Remember, Vashon signaled him out specifically because he was a known screw-up, and yet here he is, standing at her side as she declares she's ready in complete confidence. Diva then gives Vashon a great idea, as she's been doing pretty much this entire season.
If she wants to be princess, let's give her princess.
We get a good look at one of the royal books, or royal Bibles or whatever, the Book of Akimbo, where we learn some of the rather ridiculous rules of being a royal. Although it's hard to tell how much of this is legit or if Diva is just purposely making shit up.
If I want to get myself a drink...
No.
I can't drink?
No, you cannot get it yourself. That is a servant's job.
So I just have to ask?
No, that would most certainly result in a servant being banished to the haunted swamps for life.
Because I asked for a drink?
No, proper servants should have anticipated your thirst.
Well, what if I changed my mind while they were getting me a drink?
No.
We finally get another fantastic moment with Alex and Vashon kind of getting along.
Don't worry, I think this can be saved with a goat's milk and honey rinse. Is it just me, or does shoddy workmanship make your skin crawl too?
All right, I get the picture. Now just tell me what I have to do to look like a royal.
And this is where he helps dress her up in proper Manjapurian attire. He's claiming that he's dressing her up like her mother, but I don't believe that at all. I think those are his.
Your mother had an innate sense of style. I'm crossing my fingers it's something that can be learned in your case.
Thanks.
Cousin, like it or not, we are family. We only have each other.
While Alex is signing some royal papers, Omar comes to extend his services as the late Queen's royal advisor, assuring her that if she ever needs to talk to someone, he's there for her. As the day goes on, she swears loyalty to the throne, takes a walk through the market, and then returns to her post where a curious discovery is made. Okay, this is basically it. We have 3 episodes after this, but this is truly the point of no return. I've already shown a lot of the show by now, but we are coming up to some heavy spoilers, so if you've ever wanted to sit down and watch the show blind, now is your chance to leave. I'm doing this for a good reason. I'm sorry, I can't use my magic to make you forget. That's not how this works. This is how it's just gonna have to be. You're either gonna have to go finish the show or finish this video. It's up to you. After a little dispute about what year Alex was born, we come to find that Alex was born after the king's demise.
That is your birth date?
Yes.
The king died a full 18 months before that date. Here.
But that means...
You are not who you claim to be.
Alex confronts Omar about this and finds that while she's not the king's daughter, she is indeed the queen's. But then, who is Alex's father?
So who is my father then?
That has no bearing on your position.
I just want to know the truth. Or is that against a Manjapurian custom?
I was hoping...
I am the ruler of Manjapur in waiting, and I order you to tell me the truth right now.
I am your father, Alex.
Wow. Damn.
I am so sorry you had to find out this way.
That was heavy as a kid. I mean, most of my friends didn't even see it coming until this specific episode. Omar's curiosity about Alex up until now seemed valid because he was her mother's advisor, but now we see just how close they truly were. In a fit of frustration, Alex renounces the throne, takes off the royal garbs, and commands Anala to return her home. This moves right into episode 23, where Alex has decided to completely give up on ruling Manjapur. In order to truly let go of the crown, though, she must return to Manjapur one last time to truly abdicate. That night, Kuru says goodbye to the Wilsons, giving them each one gift.
Now that I have this to go by, I don't think I'll have no trouble putting it together. What do you reckon?
Oh, Dad was so hurt. He's so emotional. Look at him, look at him!
He was like,
okay.
oh, I could have built a gazebo with Kuru. Oh.
Jim is so upset about this. It's hard not to laugh. The next morning, Amanda and JB come to say goodbye to Kuru before he heads off. Kuru asks them to return to being Alex's friend once he's gone, but JB's response is ridiculous here.
She broke up the band for no reason.
She broke up the band. She did it. I'm sorry, I know Alex has made some stupid decisions before, but it was Marcus that broke up the band. She's not the one who left as the lead guitarist, and she's not the one that packed all the equipment away.
Packed up? What do you mean packed up?
Packed up, as in put away.
All of you made the decision to give up on the band without even telling her. She thought she was getting robbed at first. Fuck you, JB. They agree to being her friend again, but Jesus Christ, that's bullshit and we all know it. Alex and Kuru return to Manjapur, where Kuru has the freedom to finally snap at her. He criticizes her for giving up on the throne and for not sharing her troubles with him before he walks off in frustration.
There's no reason to get angry.
There is every reason to get angry at you. And since I am no longer your servant, I shall get angry where it is called for. And it is called for now.
Well, at least tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Find out for yourself.
While Alex is signing away her rights as the princess, including her command over Anala, Jim is in the backyard trying to build the gazebo based on the miniature Kuru had given him. JB comes by again to check up on everything and gets lumped into helping him. After signing everything away, Alex rushes off, but Anala won't listen to her now. Vishon comes to gloat, they almost scrap again, yada yada yada. This is the part of all these child shows where it feels like everything's going wrong and everyone's lost all hope and everyone's beefing. I'm so over it. Vishon tells Anala to send her home whenever she's ready and returns to his room to admit that he'll miss messing with her. Just before he leaves, he resets Diva's game board just to be a dick, but as he walks away...
Did you just feel it? No. Must have been a breeze.
Diva has magic? Whoa, okay, whoa, hold on, Diva has magic? Kuru comes to say goodbye, Alex returns to fix the gazebo, and everyone I don't care about that! Diva has magic? Episode 24 begins with Omar curiously summoning Kuru again, giving him a letter that he wishes Alex to have. Even though Anala is controlled by Vashon, Omar still believes Kuru may have a chance to return to her in the future. Meanwhile, Vashon is, being Vashon.
I'm commissioning a statue for the main square, say 2 stories high. No, make it 3 stories.
What kind of statue?
Me, of course. Something dramatic. Like me slaying a dragon.
He's standing up on the couch again, boasting about all the power he's gonna have, and then Diva has a little slip-up.
Knowing we'll soon be ruling Manjapur?
Knowing I'll soon be ruling Manjapur. I can bring you down just as fast as I raised you up. Remember that.
Even though Diva has basically been giving him all of his ideas from the start, he's willing to toss her aside. What he doesn't understand is Diva has magic!
You did magic.
Oh, he's fucked. He's done. It's done, yeah.
It's a shame you saw that.
Bye, Vashon. Oh, he's fucked. He's done.
Fool.
It's done.
You've changed everything now.
Yes, Diva is not just a lowly servant. She was willing to use Vashon as a puppet to rule Manjapur, but since he's being a little asshole, she reveals herself as a sorceress and removes Vashon as a threat entirely.
Oh! What the hell?
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Oh shit.
She's taking
What is
his
he
soul.
doing?
She's taking his
What?
soul like fucking Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
oh
man.
my god, dude. It's a kid show. What the
That's
hell?
really dark for a kid's show.
Holy shit.
Vashon has lost his magic altogether, and now Diva is the only true power in Manjapur. Before she can finish Vashon off, Omar catches her in the act, running off to go find Kuru. As they escape, Omar is struck by magic, but Anala shows up just in time to whisk them away back to Alex's world. No medkit will be able to save Omar as the fever begins to overtake him, but Alex refuses to use magic to help. Kuru gives her the letter Omar wanted her to have, and after reading it, she agrees to use magic to heal him. All 3 of them get a chance to talk more about Omar and Queen Nefari's involvement, as it's revealed that the letter wasn't written by Omar, but to Omar, from Nefari herself.
To be honest, I think there were few people she could talk to after her period of mourning. Few people she could trust.
But it was more than that, Omar. She loved you very deeply.
And I loved her more than my humble words could ever say.
Their love for each other was deep and personal, so much so that they were married in secret.
Here, this is yours.
I want you to have it.
But it's all that you have.
It's all that you have. remind you that once a beautiful queen dared to love a very common and very flawed man. I am so sorry I did not tell you the truth, Alex, but I did not feel worthy of you. You see, I am not a king, but you are most definitely a princess.
Omar's speech here is, man, I'm a sucker for father-daughter stories. Diva announces herself to the elders as the only power in Manjipur, demanding that they hand over the crown.
Crown is in a secret location. Because there is no ruler at present, it is kept hidden.
Where?
Only one person knows.
So Diva forces Vashon back outside to properly summon Anala, which she must unfortunately obey. Diva uses these magic chains of command to shackle Anala, forcing her to now obey her command instead. You want to see something crazy? Because have you actually sat down and watched the intro? These shackles, as well as Diva using magic, are directly shown in the intro.
Wow, I don't think any of us ever noticed the fact that she has the chains on here.
Oh, I did.
There's also a sequence when it's very clear Diva's the one casting a spell. Wait, there. That's 100% Diva.
Yeah.
And then also the chains.
Have the chains always been there?
No, the chains appeared because of Diva. You want me to go back an episode?
Yeah, so they weren't on the other
Yeah,
episodes.
can we just double check that?
They were there when she casted the...
Yeah, but like, I mean, in the intro to this episode, the chains weren't there.
Yeah, let's check.
The chains aren't there.
Oh, they are
We
there.
just never noticed that.
I never noticed.
That's kind of cool.
I never noticed.
Diva is transported to the old world where she demands to take Omar back. Alex tries to fight, but she's no match for Diva. Just before she's hurt, Omar runs out and agrees to go with Diva, only if Alex and Kuru are left unharmed, and so they leave together. Yet Omar refuses to tell Diva where the crown is. Something cool about this shot is Omar and Vashon are under the same lighting that they were in Alex's dream sequence, and I think even at the beginning of the show. This has to be intentional, right? The episode ends with Alex declaring that she will go back for her father, as well as for the entire kingdom of Manjipur, which jumps right into episode 25. Alex and Kuru are debating ways to enter Manjipur without Anala's magic. She is the only being that can transport people between worlds, but Alex is determined to find another way. I can see that Kuru says exactly here, but they just cut it out. That's kind of funny.
The Book of Enoch. Well, why bother arguing with that then?
JB and Amanda come over to help, going through a bunch of different pages in Manjipurian history and culture.
Man, this is even more boring than reading Amanda's diary.
You read my diary?
What?
Here we learn exactly how the barrier was created, and that Manjipur actually still technically exists in this world. This explains how Vashon is able to feel her magic despite being in different worlds, and how they use the same date format for that matter.
In order to safeguard Manjipur, the most powerful sorcerers were assembled and used their magic to hide us from the outside world. They decided to affect the vibrational field and shift the entire kingdom to a parallel space.
Alex realizes that if the barrier is on a different frequency, she can use music to reach Anala's magic. Oh yeah, Zoe was given the garage for a dance studio and she bribes Alex to use it. She's still awful. Alex says goodbye to her family, then moves back into the garage. I didn't really get along to explaining the frequency thing, so I'm just gonna let Alex explain it.
Elephants can hear a low frequency sound from far away. That's how they communicate. So the world of Manjipur is vibrating on a different frequency to our world, right? So if we can generate a low frequency sound that is loud enough for Anala to hear, then we can tap into her power and ride the frequency into Manjipur.
Alex performs some intense levels of magic, so much so that it causes a tremor in Melbourne, but it works. Anala hears her call and lets them through, but Alex is knocked out in the process. Kuru brings the unconscious Alex to the market in hopes of hiding her, and when she wakes up, she apologizes for abdicating and urges that she will use her magic to save the kingdom. With Cosmo's assistance, they're able to sneak into the palace's birds, find the signed papers, and rip them to shreds, returning Alex's right to the throne. However, Diva suspects that Alex has already returned, so she takes her form to trick Omar into revealing where the crown is. Just then, Alex and Kuru rush in to help, but are once again outmatched. Diva is far too powerful and is able to easily blast Alex away, weakening her enough to steal her magic just as she stole Vashon's. She is thrown into the dungeon, completely powerless. And now, the kingdom's final and only hope is the one servant that no one believed in. The entire weight of the kingdom's future rests in Kuru's hands. Before we move on to that finale, I actually want to stop for a minute to just thank you for getting this far with me. I don't know how bulky this video is gonna be at this point. And I know that it's probably weird that I'm not talking about a video game, but it really does mean a lot to me that you're willing to sit here and listen to me talk about my favorite kid show. I also want to thank all of my friends that were willing to sit through this with me. This was an idea that I just kind of threw at them on a whim. I was originally just going to rewatch the show by myself and record my reactions, but then I thought it would be really fun to watch through it with my friends, like a night before they were supposed to come over, and then we spent the entire weekend getting through the first season of the show.
Please tell me he's one of the ones that returns.
Is he not returning?
I need my spirit.
Well, there is one of the villains from season 1 is in it.
I mean, I don't really care if like fucking Omar doesn't come back or something, but like I need Vashon in my life.
It's like I'm gonna come over and be a dick real quick.
I'm gonna come over to shove it in your face.
I'm gonna out diva you, right?
I'm just really happy that you guys are here, and I'm really happy that you were willing to stick it out this far. What do you say we get to the last episode of the season together, eh? Episode 26, Normal Alex Wilson, is the final episode of Season 1. Kuru returns to the market to discuss a rescue plan, while Alex, Vashon, and Omar are still in the dungeon. Vashon reveals that there is, in fact, a way to get your magic back.
You recognize this ruined sign? No.
No.
Novices.
Problem is, someone with magic needs to be the one to cast it.
And the only magic person now is Diva.
Diva finds the crown of Manchipur, but the elders cannot be the ones to crown her. There needs to be a royal coronation with a Nala at the front of it all. Diva declares she will be crowned by sundown before stomping off with seemingly no way to stop her. But the people of Manchipur have come up with a plan. And the plan is just Kuru. It is awesome that Kuru was getting his final chance to shine here. There's no flashy CGI sequence, no easy green screen, no magic, unless you count ringtones. It's just a good old-fashioned stealth section.
If you are waiting for the elephant boy to perform some dramatic rescue, you will be waiting until we rot.
What took you so long?
Omar and Vashon are once again captured, but Alex and Kuru are able to escape. Surprisingly enough, Vashon does not give Alex up here. He sends Diva in the wrong direction, putting his faith in Kuru and his cousin. That's really sweet, surprisingly sweet.
See? So predictable.
Diva instructs one of the guards to gather the people up for the royal coronation, where Alex sees an opportunity. Despite the chains of command still being around Anala, she hesitates to crown Diva. That's when Alex finally shows up before the entire kingdom, taunting Diva into accidentally breaking Anala's chains and engaging her in a chase sequence, which also plays during the intro.
Holy fuck.
Yo?
Yeah, that's sick. I'm just curious how
Oh
they do
shit,
it.
fuck those chains, bye!
I'm getting the fucking out.
After racing around the palace, Alex baits Diva right back to the coronation, where the commoners are waiting with a long piece of rope. I can't believe that worked. They used the chains on Diva to disable her magic, and here we learn that it was in fact Diva that killed the king.
And it was I who tried several times to kill your mother, Queen Nefari.
She breaks the chains without a struggle and goes to cast a destroy spell, but at the last second, Kuru jumps in front of it and takes it head on, falling to the ground. When it seems all hope is lost, Anala appears again with magic of her own. She moves her trunk using the same symbol Vashon spoke of at the beginning of the episode and is able to return Alex's magic back to her. For the first time, we see Alex use both hands to cast a devastating blow to Diva, revealing her true form and disintegrating her down to nothing. Miraculously, Kuru's okay. The guy seemed to think that the spell hit his pendant, you know, that big necklace thing he's been wearing throughout the entire show, but to me it looks like it hit his shoulder. I don't know, but he's okay. Just as Amanda and JB are trying to tell the Wilsons the whole truth, Alex comes back and shows she's alright. I didn't really talk about the B-plot of this episode, but it was just the Wilsons trying to find out where Alex went. Anyways, everyone returns to Manchipur for Alex's true coronation. Anala once again uses her magic to place the crown upon Alex's head, completing her destiny as the ruler of Manchipur.
Princess Liliulukliani. Princess Alex.
It's not really appropriate. Maybe just a kiss on the cheek.
After all of this, all he gets is a kiss on the cheek? Whatever. Dance sequence! they got electricity in here, but I'm gonna chalk it up to just Alex using her magic. Everyone's dancing, singing, having a good time, and why is Vashon here? Why is he smiling? He looks pleased. I'm not crazy, right? He looks pleased. He's walking next to Amanda in the background. Shouldn't he be in the dungeon? Did Alex pardon him? You know what's wild too? The wiki says that he gets his power back. No, he fucking doesn't. When did that happen? When did Alex give him his powers back? Did she give him his powers back? Is she not worried he'll try some shit like before? Did they make up? Are they gonna be friends now? But let's not forget he tried to have her own magic destroy her. He turned Marcus into a werewolf. He framed Omar. He warped all of reality in Melbourne. Are you gonna sit here and tell me Alex may have pardoned all of that and we don't get to see it unfold? I've never written a script before, but I'm gonna do it. I can't have this just unfold off screen. I need closure. Here is a fan-made written episode of The Elephant Princess where Vashon and Alex are forced to work together to take on an ancient Manjaporian being. I think I'll call it Family Matters. Enjoy.
The princess. I hope you are finding your new quarters to be adequate.
Oh, yeah, they're great. Although, the way the bed is framed is taking some getting used to.
I understand. It is not as familiar to you as the room you grew up in. Please, if you would require any changes, be sure to let I or any of the servants know.
Oh, it's really not all that necessary.
I can assure you, it is no trouble. I simply wish to make sure you are comfortable. This may not have been your first home, but it has always been yours to return to. I am pleased to see you in these halls.
Is that why you called me here?
Unfortunately, it is not. There are important matters we must discuss. As I'm sure you already know, Anala possesses magic of her own, but she is not the only animal with such talents. It is said that there was once quite a number of them roaming the open fields before our ancestors discovered the kingdom, and that it was the barrier that caused their disappearance. However, 2 have continued to remain, even as time passes.
A chimera? Really?
You are familiar with the creature.
Yeah, it's like one of JB's favorite mythical animals, but they're not real. Not anymore.
Perhaps not in your world. The chimera is one of the oldest known ancient beasts of Manjapur. It is currently the only other living animal in the kingdom other than Anala that possesses magic of their own.
Living? They're still around.
It is still around, yes, and it has been for quite some time. The chimera brings great fortune to the people of Manjapur. Its blood heals the sick, its claws arm our soldiers, its pelt keeps our people warm and safe.
You actually go out and fight this thing.
I do not. It is an honor bestowed only to members of the royal family. You see, there is only ever one chimera in Manjapur. It appears every few centuries, always around the time a new ruler would be taking the throne.
Me? You want me to take that thing on? Are you crazy? Why are you hunting it in the first place?
It is the chimera's purpose, as well as your duty as the princess, to defeat it. Before you, it was your mother that last faced it, and therefore demonstrated her potential as the queen.
Look, I appreciate the pep talk, Omar, but there is no way I'm ready to take on a thing like that.
Were you ready when it was Diva you were taking on? Princess, you have proven to many time and time again that you are far more capable than you may realize. Even without your magic, you discovered a way to overcome a powerful being most thought to be untouchable. Complete this task, and not only will you prove to the kingdom you are ready to take up the throne, but you may in turn prove it to yourself.
Okay, if it'll help. Now, where in here does it explain how to defeat it?
Alas, that is part of the test. Whoever is given this task must inquire about the beast to the last royal who dared to face it.
Great, and the last person to do that is dead.
While it is true your mother was the last to defeat the creature, she was not the last to face it.
Great! So who did it last? Omar, who was the last?
Cousin! My, you are just glowing with regality. How are you? Do you feel tired? Not having second thoughts, I hope.
I'm just going to ignore all that. I just need you to tell me how to get rid of the chimera.
The chimera? You've been given the task to take it down? So soon?
Yeah, well, I guess the council was pretty impressed with me defeating Diva. So, you know, they want me to go through this trial or whatever. So, what do I do?
You know exactly what you can do, princess. Go out, claim your destiny, seize the moment.
Can you just tell me how to take that thing on?
Tell you how? Is this one last joke at my expense? Have you come here to gloat?
No, Vashon,
You are indeed the one that defeated Diva, yes? All on your own. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Vashon.
No, I understand. You've won. You're claiming the throne. You must be proud.
Vashon, I can't.
Far be it from me to stop you from reclaiming your destiny.
Well, I can't reclaim anything without your help. Omar showed me the book, all right? It has no answers, but you do.
Omar, you're lying.
I'm not. The Book of Akimbo mentions the Chimera, but it doesn't tell me how to defeat it. Whichever royal that saw it last has to help guide me. Unfortunately for both of us, that's you.
All right, I accept.
Just like that? No catch?
I'm afraid there is always a catch, dear cousin. One that neither of us can refuse. You see, I will be accompanying you on this journey. We shall head out as soon as I've retrieved more arrows. I'll meet you in the garden.
No way! I'm just asking you to tell me how to beat it. I'm not wandering off into the wilderness with you.
The Book of Akimbo clearly states that the acting royal must be accompanied by another to witness the defeat of the Chimera. That is the law.
Then I'll bring Kuru. Why do you want to come?
That is my business. Oh, but you do have a choice here, princess. Go out on your own, seek the beast out, and face certain death. I wouldn't blame you at all, believe me.
You've got 1 hour.
How exciting.
You know, I think this is the longest we've ever gone without attacking each other.
I still have time. No one knows we're out here.
I'd ask if that's what the bow is for, but you were pretty clear that I had to be the one to hold it.
Because you will be using it.
Why on earth would I need to use a bow? I have my magic.
The Chimera's ability is to withstand magic. All magic. If you'd been here for longer than a few days, that is common knowledge you would have.
I've been here for a week, thank you very much.
Yes, 1 spell, 1 week, and you're all ready for the throne. Of course.
Of course what? What, you think this has been easy for me? I earned this!
You've earned nothing! I spent years of my life in that palace, preparing for this very purpose. I combed through every book, memorized every law, perfected every spell. I have always been ready, and then you appeared from nothing and snatched it from my grasp.
Quit blaming me and take a look at yourself for once. The people would have never accepted you.
Silence!
And you know what? You've known that. Everyone in the kingdom knew it, because you've never connected with anyone. You've always been alone, and you're always going to be alone. You lost your chance at the throne way before I showed up, Vashon.
I've lost my chance to be rid of you. I swear, if I had my magic, dear princess, I would erase you from this very spot.
And that's exactly why you'll never get it back.
This way.
Is that it? Was that the Chimera? Was that the Chimera?
What do you think it was, cousin?
Well, I don't know. I barely saw it.
Perhaps a princess should spend more time observing and less time shouting.
I was only shouting because you were being rude. You've been in a mood all day, even more so than usual.
Lack of fresh air has that effect.
Please, are you really going to tell me you're moody because you're lonely?
I am no such thing.
That's really it, isn't it? What, your one loyal servant ends up being some old hag and now you isolate yourself from everyone?
I did not choose to remain in my chambers. 'Twas the condition of my pardon, which I'm sure you remember.
First of all, what I'd meant was that you couldn't leave the palace, but if you were willing to play nice for a change...
Are you really suggesting that you'll loosen your grip on my leash if I behave?
No, that's not...
You forget, princess, that I am also a member of the royal family, and I will not be treated... What have you done?
What? I just saved you!
You've just killed us all!
Destroy! Why didn't that work?
The Chimera is immune to all magic, you fool! That is the test! To take the beast down without it!
And there goes our weapon.
What were you thinking?
I was saving you. A thank you would be nice.
A thank you? You've destroyed my bow, our only method of defeating this creature.
You didn't tell me I couldn't use magic.
We don't have time. Use your magic to fire one of the arrows yourself. Both hands. The spell uses both hands.
I can't use both hands. It hurts.
I could do it.
What?
You could use your good arm to return my magic to me, and I can launch the arrow.
Do you think I'm stupid? Once it's back, there's nothing stopping you from killing me.
Be certain of your death now, or take the risk with me later. What, pray tell, is the difference?
You did it.
I wasn't sure I could cast such a spell.
You sounded pretty confident before.
I mean, with the healing spell. I'd never used it before, until today.
Why didn't you do it?
Hmm?
You had it. The spot, the magic, the moment. Your moment. Why did you heal me?
I always pay off my debts. Nothing more. Now, help me get this thing back to the palace.
And how are we supposed to get this thing back? See? I told you could leave your room.
I was simply reporting the events of our hunt to Omar. Fear not, I shall be out of your way from this point on.
Well, what did you say?
Hmm?
Well, you were the one that killed that thing. Doesn't that mean you get the throne?
While that would be a tempting way to win, fortunately for you, it does not. The Book of Akimbo states the witness may act on the royal's behalf if said royal is injured in the fight.
Oh. You told Omar about the scratch?
Oh yes, and the great heroic lengths I went through to heal you. Surprised?
Well, yeah. I didn't expect you to be so...
brave, dashing, charming perhaps.
Honest.
Well, I know I've had a few youthful indiscretions. I figured a few decent truths would grant me some favor.
And he's not mad? He's not worried?
Worried I'll begin yet another crusade against you? Of course he's worried. But above all else, he actually thanked me.
Thanked you?
For saving his daughter's life. He cares for you. It's rather sickening. Now, if you don't mind, I believe it's time my chambers were properly reorganized.
Vishan, I think you were right.
You think? Well, that's a start.
No, about not being as prepared as you. You've been here longer than me. That much is true. But what's also true is I am going to be ruler of Manjapur. And I could use some help with that.
You're not seriously suggesting a joint ruling?
No, nothing near that. I just mean, that's your job, right? Royalty is supposed to help royalty, and I have a lot to learn. With Kuru busy with the people, I could use some help.
You are far too quick to place any trust on me, Princess.
Well, Vishan, like it or not, we're family. I mean, we only have each other.
You have your father for that?
Yeah, and who do you have? I'm not saying it'll happen overnight, but if the people knew you were helping me out, that we were united
Say no more, say no more. I hear you loud and clear. You need your manager back. I always told you we'd do great things, cousin.
Okay, well, I'm taking most of the credit. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Here is the official remaining cast for Season 2 of The Elephant Princess.
Oh shit. Shit, okay. What the hell? Wait a second.
Nearly Bones?
What the heck? Who the heck's that? Who the heck's that? Huh? What the heck? It's like a different show now. What the hell?
This looks
Hey, there's Kung Fu.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So, the
So-
only returning cast for season 1 is Alex, Amanda, Kuru, and Diva.
No sister.
And Nala.
No
Yes.
little
Nala.
sister, no family.
So her family's gone. Vashon's also gone, and Omar's gone, and JB and Marcus. It's like
No, Vashon, we riot.
I know.
No, Vashon?
Yeah.
No, Vashon.
I am so fucking sorry. I'd like to take this moment to thank some of my lovely and incredibly patient Patreons. Thigh Heavenly, Gilded Jackal, Sunny Castiform, Nightcaps and Nostalgia, Dancing Derp, Hell64, Blink is Bad 6, Audiomancer, Doobie Giovanelli, Red Blaze 27, and Domonintendo 1. You guys are my absolute superstars. Thank you so much for watching.